Hi kids. Hi. I made some chicken last night to get ready to make chicken noodle soup today, right? So here we have the broth. It's been in the refrigerator overnight, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add this over here on the stove, all right? My pot is warm. And I'm going to add some water to that because it's going to need more water. We're going to cook a bunch of noodles. We're going to cook a bunch of noodles in there. So you need a good bit. I'll show you, just a sec. You see me? I'm putting some more, adding water to my broth. You could add chicken broth to your chicken broth, but you know it's brothy, so I'm just going to use water, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that come to a boil. I'm not going to pour this out, hopefully. See it in here? This is my big pot. I'm going to set it here. I'm going to let it come to a boil, and then I'm going to put the noodles and some celery and carrots and onion in there, and I'll be back when that's ready to do. Okay, y'all, our broth is boiling. You can see it's foaming and boiling, okay? I did add some more water. This pot's probably, it's about that much away from being full. It's pretty full. You can see. So it's going to be a big pot of soup. But I have a lot of people I need to share this soup with. So there you go. It's boiling. So here we go. We're going to throw in our noodles. And I'm using Rings frozen noodles. I make egg noodles sometimes. I will later make just a pot of chicken and noodles. Homemade egg noodles. That's delicious. We're going to have soup today, and I'm just going to add the frozen Rings noodles. They're really good. I mean, next to homemade, they're the thing. This big pot is big and full, and I think that I can use just about this whole bag in here, if not the whole bag. Probably the whole bag. We just did. We'll see. Anyway, so I'm going to let that boil and cook for like about 20 minutes. Okay? Then I'm going to come back and we're going to put in the celery and onion and seasonings. Okay? And I will get back with you when this has been cooking about 20 minutes. Almost forgot. Hey, I do add a good sprinkling of, I'm using kosher salt here, because them noodles will drink up the salt. They really will. All right. Okay. These have been boiling for about 20 minutes. Now, we're going to put in, I chopped up like half an onion. We're going to put some onion in. And earlier I chopped up, so I wouldn't have to do it right now, I chopped up several stalks of celery and like 3 carrots, real fine pieces. You see there? Especially the carrots, you want them to be real small because so they'll get good and tender. And I'm going to put in all that I think I want. And yes, I do use, whoop, I forgot I put a whole chunk of celery in there. I do like the celery tops, the leafy. Let me darken that. The leafy. I use those in dressing and everything. Let me stir this around and see what it looks like. I mean, just put in as many vegetables as you want. Celery, onion, and carrots. Those are pretty typical for chicken noodle soup, okay? And I'm going to go ahead Last night I did a video on stewing chicken, and here's my white chopped up chicken, and I'm going to put some of that in. Once again, how much chicken do you want? That's how much you put in. It's not hard. I'm going to save some of this because I'm going to make a little batch, I think, of chicken salad. Now let me look here. I mean, you want to have plenty of chicken so that you have some chicken in your chicken noodle soup. And everyone gets some. I think that's probably about right. See, then I can have this to make me some little batch of chicken salad. We're going to do that probably tomorrow or the next day. You know, with apples and onions and celery and pecans and grapes. Okay, can you see that? Let me move this up, let you see what it's looking like. And I'm just going to continue to let that cook. See, it's looking like chicken noodle soup. Now, another sprinkling of salt. All right, some pepper. It does need some seasoning. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. I'm gonna put in a pinch of basil. Can you see here? Just a pinch, a generous pinch. And about half a teaspoon of thyme. Smells good. Now we're just going to continue to let that cook for just a hair more time. Probably about a half a teaspoon of thyme, half a teaspoon of basil to taste. Okay, now I'm just going to continue to let this cook, and when it's about done, I'm going to put in some wine and some lime juice. Not lime, lemon juice. I always put lemon juice and some wine in my chicken noodle soup. It's yummy. Okay, I'm going to continue. Let this cook a little bit. It's easy, y'all. Do you see how easy it is to make chicken noodle soup? Once you have your broth and your chicken, and you could have used like one of those chickens at Sam's that you just cut up, you know, it has chicken meat. You could use that, and you could use canned, or you know, those big boxes of broth. You could have used that, and that would be fine. I just sometimes do it all the way from scratch, and then sometimes I don't. And you can make it good either way. The only thing I can't tell you is how to make a small bowl of it, because I'm a failure at that. You just do less. Apparently. I can just never do it. But you'll never have a problem getting rid of soup. Do you have parents? Do you have grandparents? Do you have neighbors? Do you have a sick friend? Do you have a friend that just came home with their baby? Do you have anyone who could use your help? Take them a bowl of soup. All right, I'll be back. By the way, this has been cooking, you know, and boiling on like medium high. I'm going to turn the burner down now and just let it simmer for a while, okay? So I'm just letting you know that it's been boiling on about medium high. Now I'm just going to turn it down and let it simmer. Let all those vegetables get tender. Let the noodles continue to cook. And then after a while, we're going to taste it. and see what it needs. Bye. Okay, y'all, we're back. Now this soup's been simmering probably 30 minutes or so. You know, soup can't simmer too long. It did boil for a little bit, so I added just a little bit more water because some of the water boiled. Not a lot, but you know, need some soup in there. So I'm back, and I juiced a lemon, and I'm gonna put that in there. I mean, chicken noodle soup is for making us well, right? Lemon juice does that. Yes, it does. Shut up. It will. It will, it will. It needs some lemon juice. A little lemon juice. You don't want it to taste like a lemon, but it just gives it a little something, something. And I'm going to pour in some wine. Now watch how much. Here's my bottle. It's, I don't know who's been drinking that. Anyway. Well, let me measure it. Doggone it. I just do things by the, not measuring really. Let's try half a cup. Here's the half a cup. It'll be fragrant. I use white wine, obviously. Wouldn't put red wine in your chicken broth. And I did, ooh, that smells good. Yes, it does. And I did add another sprinkling of salt because I tasted it and it needed it. Okay? I am going to, that was a little lemon that I juiced. It was little. I'm going to put just a little bit more in. And then I'm going to taste it. We're going to see where we stand on the soup. Okay? There's just a half. It's fragrant, y'all. Yes, it is. I'm going to get some in my little and honestly, I'm probably going to pass this out tomorrow, and it'll be even better tomorrow after all the flavors get married and have little flavor babies. It's going to be even better tomorrow, I promise. Now let me taste this without burning my mouth. Oh, yes. The lemon adds just a, how can I say, just a little, I don't want to say tartness, but just something. It just adds something good in there. And wine does. Oh, there I go. Pouring just a little bit more in. Now I'm just going to continue to let this simmer. The family will come in and get them a bowl. My husband will for supper. And I will show you when it's bowled up. Okay, y'all. I've got my bowl of soup. It's all done. It's right here. I just took some pictures of it to have to post. It is it's delicious. Now remember, taste of it. Take you a little custard cup or something, put some in there. If it needs a little salt, add some salt. If it needs a little pepper, add some pepper. If it needs, you know, thyme or basil or whatever, add it. If it needs something, season it so that it's good when it hits people's bowls. Okay? I hope y'all enjoy it. I hope you make some. I love you, kids. All right, bye-bye.